Hey guys, in this video I tried to squeeze in my spectacular 7 days in Pico Island in the Azores. I'm sharing the highlights of my trip, which was basically everything in Pico. I love this island so much and I hope that after this video you will get some inspiration for your next trip to the Azores. Remember to check out my other videos as well. I arrived with a friend and we were welcomed by a beautiful rainbow. We arrived in the late afternoon, so I just went home, unpacked and went for a walk in my neighborhood to familiarize myself with the local landscape and the surroundings of my apartment. I really fell in love with the island from minute one, and if you watch this video until the end, you will understand why. This empty pool looks a bit sad, but during the summer it will be filled with seawater and used as a swimming pool for locals and tourists to enjoy. In my defense, the window of my car looks so dirty, but it actually raindrops. As you can see, the roads are spectacular, but mostly winding and narrow. I will do a separate post on driving in the Azores because there are very important tips that I need to share. Here we are in Lajes do Pico, where we were supposed to go on a whale watching tour, but it got cancelled because of the bad weather and rough sea. So we just went for a walk and had a lunch in one of the local restaurants, Comme Si Comme Ça. So after our lunch, we went all the way from Lajes to Madalena to check out the town and admire the huge waves from the harbor. All this information I'm giving you and much more are also in the article that I'm linking here below in the description, so you can get a really full travel guide to Pico Islands and everything in writing, so you don't miss anything. Driving along the island coastline, you will find a lot of natural pools that are used during the summer for swimming and sunbathing, just like you would do on a beach. Pico is only one sandy beach, but I love this natural pool even more. As you can see, the water is so crystal clear and it's really inviting. If it wasn't for the cold weather and the strong wind, but I promised myself that the next time I'm in Pico, I'm gonna try to swim in the cold water. This is the Miraduro da Ponta do Mistério da Praia. It's a spectacular lookout point with incredible views of the coastline, and also you can see São Jorge, the other island, right in front. And there is a green area where locals love to picnic and walk around, and it's located right above Sao Roque do Pico, the second largest city in Pico. I would call it village or town. This is the natural pool of Sao Roque do Pico, probably the most beautiful ones with the best facilities and views. I was really tempted to jump in. Now I want to share an audio that I recorded in real time when I was there, to give you a better idea of the situation and what I was doing, and the weather as well. I hope you like it. Hey guys, I'm here at the natural pool of Sao Roque. It's really cold and I have my hat on because it's windy and I don't have a band for my hair, so I better use the hat. But I just wanted to show you how clear is the water. Oh, it's fantastic. I really want to jump in, even if it's cold. Maybe I'll do it if I have time. So amazing. I'm on a road trip around the island for a few hours, and I just want to stop by the most beautiful viewpoint of the island, the lookouts. Here they're called miraduros, like mirador, or lookout points basically, and it's just fantastic. This island just keep surprising me with this beautiful spot and views, and I don't know, it's just, I feel like I want to move here, maybe one day when I'm tired of traveling, who knows, but come with me and I'll show you more beautiful spots. On this side of the pools, there are some tables and toilets and showers facilities for the people to use. It's fascinating how you can find bathroom facilities all around the island, and they are immaculate, very clean. I was really grateful for that. Just north of Sao Roque do Pico in San Antonio, you can find a small parking area by the coastline right in front of a small island. That's called the Furnas de San Antonio, a special area made of basalt rocks and covered with some soil where natural plants grow. It's a special protected area for migratory seabirds who make nests here in the summer. It's really worth to stop by and take a look. Specifically, if you want to know, the birds are called Sterna dugalli and Sterna hirundo. Area in Pico is probably the area called Cachorro. It's located right behind the airport, and it's characterized by spectacular lava formations along the coastline, and it's considered also one of the most exclusive areas where you can find pretty traditional houses made with lava stones and with colorful finishing. I would really recommend this area. It's very pretty, but remember, you need to rent a car to stay here because it's very much isolated and it's difficult to find a taxi in Pico. But that's for another video. So let's move on. So here in the Cachorro area, you can walk through natural bridges of a spectacular rock formation. Make sure you stop for pictures because it's really worth it. Here you can also find two museums, the Wine Museum and the Volcano House, where you can try a simulation of a seismic event, which is quite interesting. If you're lucky, you will also find a cute colony of friendly cats in search for cuddles and maybe food. But I think they are well fed, as I saw a lady leaving out some pretty decent food, so you don't have to worry about it. And here we are ready for our whale tour. I am with my friend Karen, with whom I have traveled in the first few days of my trip. Because our tour was cancelled, we found another one, but then eventually we found out why ours was cancelled. The sea was super rough, and although we saw some whales, we actually saw 5 sperm whales, but it was really uncomfortable. I got seasick, and if you have a bad back, you're gonna be really in pain. So make sure you ask the tour company about the sea condition before booking. Here I am with my small group of new friends that I made during this full day tour with Philip. It's really beautiful, and I really recommend it, even if you rent a car, because it's very interesting to learn about the island from a local and an expert guide, of course. In the following days, I just kept driving around on my own and check on the map where I was and writing it off if it was not a place worth a visit, or adding a star on my Google Map account if it is. Terra Alta is definitely earning a star. It's nothing special, but I love the cute stone houses and the deserted landscape. This is the Zona Balnear da Calau. I arrived in this deserted area when an elderly couple was about to swim in the freezing water. I was in awe, and they invited me to try as well, but I politely told them that maybe next time. I actually can't wait to go back and try, to be honest. As you can see, the area is very basic with no facilities, but the water is crystal clear and calm, and during the summer the nearby restaurant is open for refreshments. This one is the easternmost part of the island, where the popular farol da Ponta da Ila is located. I didn't actually make it there, to be honest, which is another excuse for me to go back to Pico. This is Caleta de Nesquim, another interesting natural pool. It was deserted when I visited, and the sea was quite rough, but it was interesting to see, and it made a very good picture as well. In the pretty town of Lajes, you can also visit the Whale Museum and book one of the whale watching tours. This was the natural pool of Ribera. Definitely not the right time to take a swim, but I'm sure it's the perfect place when the sea is calm. This is the western part of the island, near Maddalena, the capital city of Pico. On this side of the island, you can also enjoy spectacular natural pools. As you can see, like these ladies enjoying some nice breeze and the sound on the waves while reading. But in normal condition, you can also swim. Also on this side of the island is where the major concentration of vineyards are located. In fact, after driving around the narrow roads, I went to visit one of them and tasted some local wine. I went by myself and I was lucky that I could join a tour that was already starting. But I would recommend you book a tour if you really want to learn about the Azores wine and most of all taste it. One of my favorite roads to drive in Pico is the Central Road, also called the Longitudinal Road, EN3. It's spectacular. It basically crosses the island in the middle, and on a clear sky you can see the Pico volcano in its whole magnitude, towering over the green fields. But let's go back to my whale watching tour. So as you can see from the pictures, I saw spectacular dolphins. The sea was not super calm, but it wasn't even so rough. So I had a blast. I'm so happy I did it. So it was actually I did two dolphin tours, and I believe this one was the best. Now I'm going to show you my top 3 restaurants in Pico. This is Casa Ancora. It was not my top favorite one because it didn't have much choice and the seating was just okay, nothing special, but I had a good meal and I recommend it if you are in the area. The other one is Ancora Duro, located in Maddalena, right on the sea, and they serve spectacular, delicious seafood. I was there during a very rough day with bad weather, and the sea was just spectacular. I had dinner while watching the waves crashing over the parking lot. It was fantastic. But my absolute favorite restaurant in the entire Azores is this one. I can literally go back to the island just to eat in this restaurant. It's called Magma, and besides the great food, it has a spectacular location, a great ambience and settings. You can have spectacular views from the terrace. To bring back the car and enjoyed watching the rough sea and the waves crashing over the harbor. Then I took a taxi all the way to the other harbor in Sao Roque do Pico, where the ferry to São Jorge was leaving for my adventure on the next Azores Island. In fact, I will leave you the link to my beautiful video on São Jorge as well. So this is the end of my video on Pico Island in the Azores. I hope you loved it. See you in the next one and don't forget to subscribe. Thank you, bye!